Hey guys, what's going on? We are back here. What you know what it is? Another Demon Slayer review. Please like, comment, and subscribe on your way in and on your way out. So I'm sorry guys. I know I look crazy. I know I need a haircut. I'm getting one this Thursday for my birthday, so yeah, about that. But anyway though, how you guys doing? I hope you're doing all right. So we are going to talk about the latest Demon Slayer episode 7, Awful Villains. Now, the last episode we left off with Tanjiro finally getting the jump on the little small old man and looking like he's finally about to cut his neck off and end all this. Cut his head off, sorry, and end it all. Genya is Swiss cheese Genya versus the sadness demon. We did see him fire off a couple rounds, so we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, so this episode opens up, picking up right off where we left off. Tanjiro is slicing away at the little runt's head, and it makes this agonizing noise like nails on a chalkboard. And there's just sparks flying, like it's actually looking like he's cutting his neck, like he's cutting through it with the Nezuko red flame blood demon art effect on his sword. Then all of a sudden you see this big shadowy, well not big, but this shadowy ominous figure behind him, and Genya tells him to watch out. And it's yet another demon, completely different design. Then Tanjiro's flame power from Nezuko runs out, and he's no longer able to cut the main one's head. So this demon's neck must be made out of adamantium or something at this point. Like, Genya's sword broke. Tanjiro with the Nezuko power up still couldn't cut through his neck. Well, the Nezuko power up ran off, so I'm assuming if it would have, kept up, he would have eventually cut through his neck. But it wore off, and boom, can't cut through his neck anymore. A new demon pops up behind him, and it's going down. He senses the attack coming, and boom, we got wood dragons, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, straight from Naruto Hashirama, wood dragons attacking Tanjiro, and the most coolest CGI, whatever you want. It looked like a video game quick time event. So I am anticipating a video game for this particular season, because just to do that would be awesome. That quick time event would be so crazy, especially on like a PS5 or something. So I'm manifesting that. He's jumping from one head to the other to the other. They're big too. They're just ripping through the sky. He's dodging them one by one, barely. And then one is about to actually eat him, and Nezuko comes in, saves him, but she gets her arm and her leg chopped off at the process. Of course, she regenerates pretty fast, so she's good. And then we had the big reveal. This is Hatred. He has these horns. He's younger than all of them. So I'm assuming the younger they are, the stronger they are, because the old man is the weak one, even though his neck is so hard to cut. So he is standing there. He has like on full Egyptian. He looks like he came right out of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something. He looks so cool. I can just imagine the cosplay that's gonna be done for this guy. He has 5 drums in back of him, like floating around him. He has like a full Egyptian ass. He looks like an Egyptian evil ass elf slash god or something. He looks so cool. He's definitely giving off final boss energy. And his aura alone, they can't even stand up straight because he's that powerful. So now everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, where did this guy come from? And that's when Genya recalls the anger emotion completely Dragon Ball Z Cell slash Majin Buu situation. The anger emotion absorbs the other emotions. It becomes this demon. And as he's doing it, they are standing there in fear, like, no, I don't want this to happen. So I'm assuming this hasn't had to happen many times or at all, because the way they reacted, like they did not want to do this. And this seemed like a trump card when all of them are seemingly like defeated or being handled. They're not really defeated because they weren't really defeated. They were being handled. Like Tanjiro had a handle on all of them, and I feel like they had to resort to this reluctantly. So boom, the anger demon turns into hatred, and hatred seems powerful as a motherfucker. Everybody's weak in their knees just from his presence. He calls them, like the title of the episode, awful demons. He says to Tanjiro, you guys are trying to pick on somebody that can fit in the palm of your hand, even though the guy's neck is damn near impossible to lop off. He has this mentality that they're the bad guys, and he hates them. Obviously, he's hatred. So Tanjiro does some talk no jutsu to him. How can you say that? You killed hundreds of scores of people. How dare you say that? I'm gonna cut your head off. The guy is like, whatever, those people weren't even your family, didn't know them, so why do you care? So talk no jutsu did not work at all. And Tanjiro was like, well, I'm just gonna cut your head off. And at this point, that's not like a believable thing. They definitely seem in over their head at this point. Tanjiro's and Nezuko, that combined blood demon art thing has wore off, and that was enough to deal with the last four. This guy seems so much more powerful than them. Genya's damn near frozen stiff. Genya's damn near just, he's not doing shit. Tanjiro managed to grab his balls and, at least talk some shit. But that ends with him throwing another wood dragon in their direction. Oh, and if you pay attention to the opener, they kind of spoil shit too. You pay attention to the opener, they kind of spoil shit too, because you see in the opening where the wood dragons are coming in, he covers up the old man. So you saw that the drums are what summons the wood dragons and the wood powers. So he hits the drum to attack, and he hits the drum to cover up the old man so they can't get to him. So it ends with him throwing another wood dragon at Tanjiro, and Tanjiro looks like he's seemingly taking a slice at it. And then it cuts right over to Tokido and his situation over there. Now, y'all know Tokido been in this water prison bubble for a whole month, maybe. So I'm just watching it like, okay, today's the day. At least you're gonna get up out of this thing. So the Upper Moon 5, I can see why Upper Moon 5 is gonna die, because he likes to play with his food. So if anything, he's gonna die just because of that. He's just still having fun watching Tokido, well, not really struggle because he's kind of like chilling. He kind of has the right mindset to be in a situation like this. He can't breathe. He can't talk. He's not struggling. But Upper Moon 5 says, well, you're already dead, basically, so I'm going to go and see what's going on in this shack over here that y'all so worried about. So you have him going to the shack, and then Tokido makes his, what seems seemingly his final attempt at getting out. He said he has one more breath to do one more breathing style attack, and it totally flops. It's like he didn't do anything. He can't get out of that water prison. We getting a lot of Naruto vibes right now. We getting like, not, I won't just say Naruto vibes, but we getting other anime vibes this season. We got wood dragons. We got water prison jutsu. Those are both Naruto tropes. And the Love Hashira reminds me so much of Sailor Moon, like the personality and the sound effects and all of that. But so yeah, that fails miserably. Then they show the Upper Moon 5 goes to the shack where Tokido's sword is supposed to be, and you find the guy, I cannot say his name, but it's the big diesel guy that was working on the Yorichi sword for Tanjiro. You see him in there working on the sword rigorously, focused, super laser focused on the sword. He's saying like, he's marveling at the make of the sword itself, like the quality of the sword. He is like, whoever made this, they had one objective in mind, like, so he was like, oh, he wants to give it that same respect, and he wants to focus that hard on it. So Upper Moon 5, he starts to attack. So the first swordsmith, the one that's supposed to have Tokido's sword, he tries to stop him, and Upper Moon 5 does the water attack and slices him up, moves him out the way. And then he tries to get the I can't say his name, the big muscle bound guy. He tries to get his attention, try to get him to stop working on the sword, because right now he doesn't even notice him. He's like so focused on making this sword, like, and he's nearly finished. So he attacks him and slices him up on the back. So the other guy freaks out. He's like, hey, you know, he tried to get his attention too, like, hey, we need to move out of here. This is a demon. He can kill you. But no, he's still focused. He's still making the sword. That he gets attacked again, because now Upper Moon 5 is getting really frustrated. He's like, I want to break this guy's concentration more than I want to actually kill him. And this is why I think he's going to get killed. Because if you think about it, this demon, there's been lower demons that could just destroy this shack like instantly. Like, remember Rui, people like that? This Upper Moon 5, he definitely has the power to just end this whole thing. But like he said, he cares more about, you know, wanting the guy to fear him and wanting to get his attention than actually killing him. So when he attacks again, his little goofy mask falls off and it reveals his face. And he looks pretty cool. He's got long blowing hair, he got bright eyes. He kind of looks like Inosuke a little bit. And it just shows him still working on that blade. And then it shoots back over to Tokido. Now Tokido is there with the little kid that he saved earlier, and the kid now is trying to get Tokido out. He has this little cheap ass knife or whatever that he's trying to break out of the water prison. He's like determined. But there's like a blood demon art fish right next to him that he doesn't see, that Tokido sees about to attack him. And he has these claws, these super razor sharp claws. He slashes on the little kid with the claws, but the little kid is still determined to help Tokido. Then the fish blood demon artfish attacks again, seemingly puncturing his chest. So Tokido's freaking out like, oh man, he's about to die. He just hit a vital organ. He's telepathically, you hear his thoughts. He's like, you need to put pressure on your wounds, but he can't say anything because he can't breathe. And the kid takes like his last steps up to the water prison, and he breathes into the water prison, and Tokido catches the breath. And he has this I don't remember, y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, if the Tanjiro spiritual figure came to talk to him before this or right after this. I don't remember. But there was some talk no jutsu there, and this time it kind of worked because it reminded him of his dad. Now his dad looks very similar to Tanjiro, but he has black hair, but he has the same face, the same red eyes as Tanjiro. So I don't know what that's going to be about in the future. I don't know if they're like some distant relative or share some sort of bloodline connection or something. But him remembering that is enough to like get him back in the game. So he takes the breath. He does another breathing technique, and he releases himself with his second mist form, and it just shreds the water prison, and he's free. And the CGI on this, oh my god, it's so hard to tell whether it's CGI or it's animation because they're both done so well and they're both blended so well. But it just looks amazing when he breaks out of it. And you see all the water drops, and they do a close-up on his face. You see all the needles and stuff hanging out his face, and then the episode ends there. Whew. This episode was very impactful. The new demons, I'm not going to even say the guy's name. Demon Slayer got the most spoilers I ever seen in my life. They like, you can't even like, before the episode even came up, they name dropped the guy's name for hatred. They haven't even said it on the show yet, but everybody knows his name. For the sake of just being consistent, I'm not going to say his name. But the dude is cool. This Hentango demon is so cool in general. What other demon has 4 or 5 parts to them and they all pretty much have like an impactful role? They all, first you got to deal with lightning from the anger guy, then you got to deal with the wind blast from the fan demon, then you got to deal with the sound blast from the flying one, then you got to deal with the spear that can actually be a projectile now from the sadness demon. And now we got wood dragons. It's like, yo, like Tanjiro said, enough is enough. Like, this is too much. And just to think there's 4 demons stronger than this one, and they can't even move in this demon's presence, barely. Because you still got Upper Moon 3, Upper Moon 2, which is Doma, the crazy, goofy one, and Upper Moon 1 with all the eyes, and then you got Muzan. So you can just imagine down the line how crazy things are gonna get. But yeah, that was it for the day. Great episode. Love Hentango, man. I think that's my favorite character right now. Is the demon. That's weird. He has the best design. I'm so excited to see what he does next. Hopefully, I do predict that the Love Hashira is going to step in, because they do look like they're in over their head. They look like they need a Hashira there. They look like they exhausted all their options, and now this guy is more powerful than anything else they've matched. They need a Hashira, and I predict that the Love Hashira is going to step in, because she has yet to join the main fight, and it's time. I predict that. I think that Mochiro is going to he's gonna kill the Upper Moon 5. I think I don't want to say easily, but very like convincingly, because like I said, the Upper Moon 5 is so distracted with his wanting to toy with the humans.